What's up, guys? Welcome back in. Today's video is a little bit different than what I normally do. I think I say that at the beginning of every video I make. George Barber died. I wanted to make I just wanted to pay some respects to him. For those of you who don't know who George Barber Jr. is, he made Barber Motorsports Park. He founded it, built it. That's a racetrack here in Birmingham, Alabama. That's where I live. He built an incredible park, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit today. It's much more than that iRacing track that gets put on the calendar twice a year. It's actually an amazing place. Barber Motorsports is a 2.38 mile racetrack, 17 corners. It's got just a little bit of elevation change. There's kind of a small corkscrew. A lot of driving organizations come through there, including like Chin Track Days, the Porsche Driving Experience. They have a home there. There's an off-road course outside of the track. There's an obstacle course. It's really cool. Like Mercedes actually has classes there, but it also has a lot of big car events come through there too. IndyCar, GT World Challenge, MX5 Cup, Porsche GT3 Cup, Grand Am, Trans Am, FRP Formula 4, and FR. They also have Barber Vintage Fest out there. People come from all over the country, even other countries, to this event. Once a year, they also do the 24-hour of lemons. Basically, a bunch of people just bring some hoopties to the track and they race it for 24 hours. And it's really cool. Like you'll see like 90s model Corollas out there. You'll see like some Monte Carlos from the 80s, and some of them don't even last an hour. It's an endurance race, obviously, but it's like a different kind of endurance because the action that happens in the pits is arguably more important than what happens on the track, which I guess is kind of the way endurance racing is, but it's a little different for the lemons. It's actually really cool. Now, I have to bring up the museum. There is a museum on the same grounds that the racetrack's on. It's like 230,000 square feet of motorcycles and some race cars. It actually holds the record for the world's largest motorcycle museum. There's like 1,600 motorcycles in there. It's gorgeous. If you ever find yourself in the southeast of the United States, you gotta come by. You can spend days in there. As far as George goes, he was an amazing guy. I actually was able to have a few conversations with him. He's done a lot for my city, a lot for the motorcycle world. I think he actually has like a place in the Motorcycle Hall of Fame. For those of you that don't live in Birmingham, George's dad, George Sr., he actually founded a dairy company. They sold like ice cream and milk and cottage cheese and all that stuff here in the city. And at one time, it was the largest dairy company in the state. But he founded that back in the 30s. He was actually one of the first people to like publicly promote pasteurized milk. And I thought that was really cool. I just found that out today. George Sr. eventually gave the dairy company to George Jr. I think he kept it for a couple of years, but in the late 90s, George Jr. sold the company. And about 5 years later after that, he opened Barber Motorsports Park and the museum. George Jr., he raced a little bit in his younger years. He did some motorcycle racing and car racing. He also was a big motorcycle collector, even in the 70s. It goes all the way back to the 70s with his collecting. He would send some of his motorcycles to like the Smithsonian and other museums around the country until he eventually opened up his own museum. But outside of racing and motorcycles, George was also like big benefactor with the Boy Scouts of America. There's a big science learning center here in Birmingham called the McWayne Center. He had a big hand in that. So I think George Jr. has a really cool story here. He has opened up what I consider the crown jewel of Alabama. There's nothing like it that I've ever seen. I've been to several different racetracks, but stepping into the campus of this racetrack is something special. You don't feel like you're even in Alabama anymore. It's amazing. Every time I go there, you just feel like a special kind of energy. I just wanted to pay my respects. George Jr., he died February 15th at 85 years old. Rest in peace.